3, 2, 1. You're live. How's it going, everybody? What's up, Slameski, Aerosis, Polka Latte, Veroclaw, Vino? How are you guys doing today? Vino. Yeah. How did I know that this was going to divulge into Linkin Park memes? Anyway, we're gonna chill today. I'm working on my project. Feel free to ask anything you want. And yeah, I need to sell a game. I need to sell a game, and that's gonna only happen if I make a game. So I have to do the work. So I'm gonna do some work today, and hopefully you guys are doing some work on your project, and then we could all sell games together. How about that? What's up, Vero? What's up, Wrath of Wood? Tier Rob, how's it going? T3, how you doing? What's up, Jacob? What's up, Drasray? Drasray's selling a game. Is it for sale yet? Drasray's got a nice game. Always doing some work. T3 says, I am. It's driving me nuts. Yeah. That's how you know it's working. When it's on your last nerve. Anyway, I think a good thing that I do that helps me is to like play the game that you're working on a lot, all the time, and be like, how does it feel? What does it need? What should I work on next? And let it come naturally. Just let it come naturally. Happy little no, they're not mistakes. They're just happy little trees. You know what I mean? We're going to add sound later, but definitely going to add some sound effects. We'll add that to the options and stuff. Not selling it yet, but that's the plan, right? What's up, Chris Williams? How you doing? Chris Williams says, question for you. Is your current drive to sell a game for financial reasons, to expand your portfolio and enhance credibility, or something else? All of the above. All of the above, Chris. All of those reasons are valid enough. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I think I could just continue working on what I was doing here. And we'll just do that. I'm going to be using the trusty HUD maker for this. I mean, you guys probably want to see me do it like on the... I normally have this on another monitor, and that way I have two things, and because I got 3 monitors. But for the sake of live streaming, I'll just like alt tab and stuff, and can see it and whatnot. What's up, Shishilox? Hola, ¿cómo está? Bien? ¿Tú bien? T's taking a nap. She didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We were up late night with some dumb drama, and Lily got up early, of course. And so she let me sleep in, and I was like, thank you so much. And I said, you know, if you want to take a nappy, you can totally take a nappy. And she's like, yeah, that's a good idea. She got like 2 hours sleep or something. I got like 6 or 7, so I'm okay. I mean, I typically want 8, but like even if I get 7, it's like I can still function most of the time. Is that a devil doll? Why, yes, it is a devil doll. This is actually an icon I found on the RPG Maker web forum, and I'm stretching it out. and turning it sideways a bit. A lot of the art I'm using currently is placeholder. I have bought some art for the game. I just haven't put it in yet. That's what she said. Alright, clip head slide. Yeah, it seems to stretch pretty well. Let's take the icon first. I think that's a good idea. Copy this, paste this. Let's bring this here. Let's also make a bottom placeholder. No conditions, just stupid text. No, it doesn't need to say anything. Just like delete me. That's what it's gonna say. And then this goes here, this goes here. That way when we bring stuff in, it just works. Mm-hmm. 1736. Yeah, dog. Just gonna do some work. Do some work, bro. Today's topic is work on your project. Because if you ain't working on it, then life's working on you. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, it's over. Blink and you're done, son. Spiker, man, so hungry. I need to lose weight, but I'm so hungry. Just have a little snack. Just like cut down on the sugar and like, you know, just have some protein. Vino with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Vino. Dude, appreciate that. $10 super chat from Vino. He says, Drifty's my favorite game dev streamer. Aw, thanks, man. Show your support if you agree. You're just super chat baiting them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. Jacob says they had a short break after the demo release and updates. Back full drive. Okay. I mean, it's easy to get burned out. Super easy just to be like, oh, I can't even anymore. I can't even. Very easy to end up there. Oops. Vino with another $5 super chat. Bro, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Everyone needs love and appreciation to avoid the burnout. Yeah. That does help. It does help, for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. Arrow says, can't work right now. Can only watch. If you didn't have to work full-time, burnout would probably be less of an issue. I don't know, Jacob. I think if you didn't have a full-time job, you would be doing more game dev. Therefore, you'd be burning yourself out with game dev faster. So I don't know, man. It's a good topic for debate. What would burn out? How would you burn out faster if you had a different full-time job or if you didn't have a full-time job? I would say if you had a full-time job, it would be your distraction and you'd want to go to game dev more, thus having less time for it, thus spending less time doing it, so burn out less. Yeah, I think you would burn out more if you just did game dev. Absolutely. What's up, Louis? Yeah, I'm good, man. Good. Vino's been working like 100 jobs at the same time right now. He said he's burnt out at 2 different jobs, but I have a lot of good stuff going for me, and I'm hoping it won't be too much longer. Yeah. You waiting for that safe moon to spike? Is that where the chips are falling? Chris Williams with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. The Drifty Game Jam made me catch the dev bug. Now I'm participating in other jams and inching towards completing a full-size project. Thanks. You're welcome, Chris Williams. That's awesome. Game jams are fantastic. T and I are going to be hosting more game jams coming up soon. We're just letting all the other game jams that are going come to the conclusion. I only have a few more games to play for the Reach for the Stars, Touch the Stars one. What's up, Spiker Man? How you doing? Hey, Pug Dungeon. What's up, Flash 15X? 30 solid investments. Only one's got to make it for you to get rich. There you go. I regret making up weird names for all the elements and stuff for like Triones and Bracium and like I should have just did something that would be easier for me to remember because I'm constantly having to check like how did I spell it again? What was it called? And I have a feeling it'll affect other players the same. But like I've already like invested enough. I don't want to go back and change it, you know what I mean? Vino, I already did a one map only. I've made a game for a game jam one map only. Remember that boss rush? I did that on one map. No transfers, no loading screens except for battles. Yep, it was just a boss rush, so it was like, you know, all in one screen and everything. But you mean us host a game jam like that? What do I prefer, MZ or MV? Well, I'd prefer MZ. Or as some of my friends would call it, MZ. Sure, right, Jacob? Like, you have to balance, like, your dev time and, like, doing things that actually make you money. For sure. Until you sell that game, it's just a hobby. Until you're making money. Somebody bought Legend of Driftwood yesterday. It's a free to download, free to play game. But every now and then, people will drop, like, donations on it. And somebody dropped $5 yesterday on Legend of Driftwood. Thank you, whoever did that. I saw your name, or at least your tag. But I mean, I'm not gonna put you on blast. I didn't see the trailer, but I saw T watching it. Vero's asking about the Valheim update. Valheim's a really good game that we have played before. I like that they made it so that blocking doesn't take your stamina now. That's really good. They should have done that a long time ago, to be honest. I'm glad they're still working on it, but they are going slow on it. But that's the nature of the beast. I'm going slow on my project too. Be randoms. Any tips for collab? Like, what storage would you recommend for more than one person working on the same project? Use Google Docs to keep yourself organized with other people. Have one person in charge of the master project, and you can have copies. Other people can have copies of it, but the master copy is the one that receives all the updates. So it doesn't make sense to, like, for everyone to send things back and forth, like, hey, I made this, I made that, and do things in like weekly patches, or like I would say weekly so nobody gets burnt out. But you can do like every other day if you want, if you're really crazy about it. And the person who has the master project receives projects from other people, and then goes into the database and like copy paste those things into the master project. So have one person dedicated to controlling the master project. That's the one that's getting deployed at the end. That's the one that's going to be bug tested and play tested the most. And then the other people, like say someone's making maps, that person can have the project, and you can send them a copy of the master project, but as soon as one change is made, theirs is out of date, and whatever they make on their project, they send back to you. And you also you have to stay organized, so Google Docs will help you do that, and they can say, I added a new map, blah blah blah, using this tile set and screenshots and whatnot. And then the person who has the master project can take that data from the Google Docs and copy paste the tile sets into to the master project, and copy paste from one project to another to add the new additional things. And I mean, just be smart, make backups, make sure everybody knows their role. Everybody has the job, they know what job they're doing. Obviously, if you're just designing sprites, the person won't need a copy of the project. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do. All right, that's one of them. No problem. Unity, yeah, Jacob, I saw that a while ago. They have a really cool collab feature like built into the engine. You have to pay for like, you know, as much storage as you would need unless you're making a smaller, really tiny, low pixel art game. Yeah, I mean, 1 gig isn't really much. They know that though. There's a lot of good engines out there. What's up, Light? Unity is a very popular one. And they have a lot of features, and there's reasons why it's popular. GitHub is great for projects, but I mean, it's really good for version control. I use GitHub for Cyberbaron. Haven't really made any big updates since I did the last Cyberbaron update that tracks everything that's ever been deleted. So if you say something on my server and then just delete it, I still see it. I can totally see everything you've ever said. Through the power of JS. What's up, Matt Doyle? How you doing? Node.js, Discord.js, and my SQL3, which I don't recommend using anymore. I recommend using, or I use SQLite 3. I recommend using MySQL, MySQL. MySQL is just better in so many ways. What's up, Drag? Speaking of Cyberbaron, Drag is a co-conspirator in Cyberbaron. He didn't have any hand in the conspiracy code that writes down everything you delete, but he's done a lot of cool stuff on it. How you doing, Matt? Drag, have you played the Ideology RimWorld expansion yet? I played it the other night. It's really fun. It's great. I made a group of cannibalists, supremists, so everybody hates them because they're like, they think they're better than everyone else, and they're cannibals. So like, they get mad if you don't feed them enough meat, human meat. It's just, it's crazy. RimWorld Ideology expansion. RimWorld's such a good game, man. It's like one of my favorite games of all time. You should buy it. Support them. They're the best devs. They never go on sale, like ever. I think they did a 10% off like once. If you like RimWorld, have you tried Space Haven? I have not, Matt Doyle. Space Haven. Is that on Steam? Ah, no. Oh my god, stop playing this video. Also stop live. No, I don't want to see anybody else's live stream. I can't even go to Steam anymore without being bombarded. Okay, just go to a picture. Oh shoot, this looks cool. I'll check it out later. This looks really cool. Totally into this sort of thing. Colony Sim. 100%. Great recommendation. How do the reviews? 87%. RimWorld is 98% recommended. 98. It's insane because, I mean, I would highly recommend it. I do. Anyway, I'll minimize this. I'll check it out later. Oh, excuse me. I'll check it out later. You gotta get a haircut? I need to do that too. Take care, Jacob. Need to get a haircut. I've been growing out my beard and mustache, and every time I go to trim it, T doesn't want me to. She says I look friendlier and happier with a mustache and beard. And I'm like, ah. When I eat, I get food in it. It's terrible. But I'm leaving it because she likes it. Nice. Thanks, Matt. I'll definitely check it out when I get my fill of RimWorld, if that ever happens. The struggle is real. I still like have to shave my neck because I have it all the way down my neck. But you know, I'm gonna shave that. It just looks too scraggly. My beard doesn't come in like all full and thick on the sides, only on the front. So I have like this big monstrous goatee and huge mustache, and then on the side it's like really thin, and I'm like, great genes. I don't know why it's hiding your comment track, but I clicked it, so it shows it. My last game of RimWorld got completely messed up by the mod. Oh, okay. It was so messy. Next time I play, dude, I had the same issue. I've had to restart like 5 times because of like the hospitality mod kept bugging out. I eventually just turned it off, even though I liked it. I was like, nah, because it keeps ruining my game. Like, it gets completely screwed. So yeah, what I did, since you know, it's a new DLC, I turned off every single mod. No mods. And I love mods, but I turned them all off for one playthrough. And I want to try to beat the game. The urge to restart in RimWorld is very real, but I'm challenging myself to not restart this time so I can finally get off the planet. Because I keep getting like advanced into like making my guys cyborgs, and then I get interested in another mod and I restart. So I'm going to try to just go through with royalty, ideology DLCs, and the core game from RimWorld, and no mods. And then I want to beat it vanilla, and then it'll be fine. The title for this sounds really emo and depressive. Oh, sorry about that. It got you to click though, didn't it? I mean, it's really how I feel, to be honest with you. I mean, does it really matter anymore? Does it even matter anymore? I don't know. I question it at times. I do. Like, obviously, I can't do anything else on this channel because it just won't work. I can do other things on other channels. Hint, hint, in the future. But I can't do anything. I'm so confined. Like, what will work on any given channel is what has been working. And if you try to stray, even vary it a little bit, you will encounter massive resistance and drop off. And, you know, for what it brings in, like for ad revenue, it's not a lot, you know? And how much more of my time is it worth? I've done my time, you know what I mean? I've given it everything that I have. I've done so much free work. I've done so many things for free. And I don't know how much time I have. So I can't justify in my head a lot of the things that I do anymore. And I'm like, why? Is it even worth the return? I don't think it is. And I don't know. I don't want to be emo and depressive, so I'll just be subtle about it. But I do want to finish my game. I do want to work on my game. I love working on my game, but I find it hard to be motivated sometimes. And, you know, it is work. Whether I've heard the saying, find a thing you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. Bullshit. You're still going to work even if you like what you're doing. It's still hard work, and you have to, you know, push yourself and bully yourself into getting it done. What's up, Marlon? Hey, Pug Dungeon. Pug said, I just clicked because it said Driftwood was live. Hey, that's the life right there, Pug. Thank you so much. Honestly, a lot of people don't know about RPG Maker. I agree with you, Marlon. Naming a stream doesn't even matter anymore. It's you being subtle. Yes. Yes, it is. That's my level of subtlety. It doesn't even matter. Let me ask you, does it matter to you? Does RPG matter to you? RPG Maker? Are you working on a project? Do you ever plan on finishing a game? Like, these questions I ask myself. I'm like, do I ever plan to finish a game? Like, obviously we make plans to do it. And I have released games, but I haven't made any, like, fully fleshed out, 100% done projects. I always scope too high and am unwilling to sacrifice. And so it's really hard to come to like a conclusion with the project and to see it to the end. And that's not just a problem I've had with RPG Maker. I've had that with a lot of things in my life. I've gotten really close to doing lots of stuff and kind of faltering out right at the end. And it is kind of emo and depressive. Okay, look, I wear my shit on my sleeve, all right? And sometimes it doesn't smell good, and I apologize about that. But at least you're gonna know what you get. You know what you get. But the thing is, I know some people can relate. I think it's I'm not worried about it, you know, like I'm not worried about being vulnerable because I don't give a shit what a lot of people think. Now, that doesn't mean I don't care what anyone thinks, because I do think certain, you know, opinions matter, and really what is said anymore after you've read through enough comments on YouTube, really, like, you have to look at who's saying it. You know, if it's a Russian bot just saying you want to see my boobs, you know it's not a real person trying to show you their boobs. It's just a Russian bot. And like when you just get vitriol from some person you don't know, you don't really know this person, and does their opinion really matter to you at this moment? It really shouldn't. You can give it some weight, but I think we often give it too much weight. That's part of the appeal to game jams. I agree with that, Chris, because you can really lower your scope and be like, well, it was for a jam, and then you don't have to attach your ego to it, right? I think our ego gets on our way too much. Pug says, I'm just getting started and hoping to get something out of it. Yeah, so it matters to me. RPG Maker is great because it allows me to focus on art and writing rather than programming. That's a good way to put it. Marlon says, I would also go as far to say, as less people watch games being made, let anyone know what engine are used to make the game they like, let alone know what engine they're using. Right. Yeah, we're in this little niche, you know, people who are interested in game dev stuff. I mean, there's a massive market for games, finished, completed games, and they all have a quick life cycle, boom, boom, and hopefully you made money in the whole process. I mean, to make them takes forever. For the audience to be over them is a matter of weeks, and then you're done. They don't download, they don't buy it as much. Your first month is where you make all the money, and if you are going to make money, there's always, like, you know, exceptions and whatnot, but like usually it's like you have a big spike, you get money, and then it just like peters out into like really not very much over time. So you have to create this cycle of new stuff, and it takes years often to make a project and to get something that's worth presenting. You know, the problem with RPG Maker is people have shit that's not worth presenting, but then they're like, let me present you this default fucking ass garbage. And then it, you know, it does stain the name and the image of everybody using the engine, which I used to be really bothered by, but now it's just like, it's just the nature. That's the nature of the beast. I mean, RPG Maker is great because anyone can make an RPG. Mostly, almost anyone can make an RPG, even dumbasses. The problem is lots of dumbasses make games and release them on RPG Maker, so you have to be in the same lane as these people. Right? Louis got the right idea. Listen, all you have to do is make FIFA one time, and then you can just put an extra number at the end. FIFA 2020, FIFA 21, FIFA 22. It's the same fucking game, but it still sells for like $60 every year. That's all you got to do. See, EA's got it right. They know how to do it. They know how to milk the dumb audience. Obviously, I hate EA. I'm just joking. EA is a terrible company. They are fucking awful. But they do that. They'll make FIFA every year. It's the same game, different jerseys, different skins. It's the same shit. Who likes RPGs? I feel like only me. I love RPGs, man. RPGs are my jam. I like sim games. I like sim RPGs the most. Right, Vero? That's the one that's been said a lot. Yep. The best part about RPG Maker is that everyone can use it. The worst part about RPG Maker is that everyone can use it. There are sim RPGs? Yeah, I would say that RimWorld is a sim RPG. Because you take the role of, you know, your colony, and you give them, it's a story-based thing, you know, and story's huge in RPGs. All right, maybe that's a stretch, but but it could work, right? It can be seen as a role-playing game. RimWorld is basically a storyline generator. It makes the story randomly up as it goes, and so you can personify yourself through your colony if you want. I mean, you do have carte blanche to make them do what you want. If you want them to stand against a stone slab and have half of the colony shoot them, well, that's what's going to happen to that sim, right? Yeah, Video Wizard. Level up and complete quests? Well, you do get quests in RimWorld. Especially in the royalty DLC. It's all about like doing quest lines to become a Psycaster. Like make your techno wizard all beefed up. I like coming up with new ideas and like implementing new things, and then you realize, okay, well, I need to propagate this idea, and that's when it gets boring and monotonous, because it's like you already did the thinking about how to code it and build it and design it. Now you just have to copy paste and make all the elements over and over and over. You know what would be sick? If the next RPG Maker, or if later on in MZ's lives, they make a built-in scene menu editor like this HUD Maker Ultra. That was, you know, even if it was simplified and watered down, it would make for so many more custom games. think RPG Maker is messing up in a lot of ways. I think the devs are dropping the ball in many ways, and they want to blame it on publishers and shit, and I think it's ridiculous. Especially when the publishers are providing the right information and like saying, here's what we think needs to happen, and then the developers are just like, nah. The audience is telling them what they want, and they're like, nah, we've done this before. We're the ones. It's us. And we're like, okay, well, you're gonna ask yourself what's going wrong eventually. Super Smash, there are so many things I wish RPG Maker did natively. I agree with you, Super. Yeah, I listened to that. I liked that one because Benny let everybody talk. he let Archaea go on and on, which is great. Sometimes it's just the Benny show. It's like you have all these special guests on, like people, and then it's you, and you have these guests, probably the only time you're going to have them on your show in your entire life, and you talk 50% of the time. It doesn't really equate into a format that I like to hear, because if you're listening to multiple episodes, all you hear is the same script over and over and over. Let's talk about me. I know I have special guests on, but let's talk about me. Let's talk about me and my stuff while I have these talented individuals. I'm not saying Benny's not talented. I'm just rambling a little bit openly. Like, does it matter anymore? Does it even matter? The special guests need to know that I'm awesome. Oh, God. It's on Spiffy. Spiffy. I think I'm losing my shit, guys. I'm losing my damn mind. I don't know what's in store for the future. I mean, I have some ideas, but... Go to Spiffy. Go listen to it on Spiffy. If you only knew, Austin, if you only knew all the details. I do want to finish my game. That is a thing for certain. I'm not going to move on to any other RPG Maker project until this one's done. I'm dead set on that. And it'll take a while, but I'm going to keep going. Sometimes I just can't find the motivation to work on it, you know? I'm like, oh, just... And I like working on it. It's not that I don't like working on it. Inspiration is expensive. It's hard to come by. Like motivation and inspiration. Sometimes you gotta like bully yourself. You'll be like, you're gonna do it! Just don't let your games be undeveloped memes. Come on, Shiloh. Shiloh, where you at? Need the Shiloh memes. Just do it. Do it. There's always a thousand more things that need to be done. Yeah, it's true, Pug. Louis asks, why do many RPG Maker devs don't do RPG games? I don't know. That's a good question. It's like, I'm going to make a platformer. Oh, cool. You're going to use probably what, Unity or maybe Godot if you like node-based programming, or Unreal if you want it to look really good, like Ori and the Blind Forest or something. For sure, or at least Game Maker Studio, right? Because they actually can do some good. I'm going to use RPG Maker to do my platformer. Why? Why though? I'm so confused. Sorry for yelling. Oh yeah, Marlon, that's true. Hey, at least that shows that you're able to find inspiration in other games. If you play a game and you're like, hey, I want to do something like this, where I take one of these ideas and flip it on its head and make it like that's good. That's Marlon. Marlon, that's good, because that shows that you're finding a way to extract the inspiration and the motivation, and you're seeing things that you want to see done better in your version of it, you know, or even as good. That's not bad, Marlon. Yeah, that's good. But it can be a problem, right? If you're like working on something and then you're like playing a different game and you're like, I want to change it now, because you end up just spinning your wheels and not getting a thing done. But that's what happens. It's hard to see something to the end, because who you are at the beginning of a project is quite often a different person from who you are at the end of a project. Yeah, just use VN Maker. Visual Novel Maker has really cool functions and features that show pictures, and you can attach code to pictures. So when you hover over a picture or you show a picture, it can control variables and switches and change game data. Like, I wish they would take some of that functionality from Visual Novel Maker and slap it onto RPG Maker, so that you can move pictures around with code and have more of a, like, graphical user interface designer built in. I don't think they're going to do that, but that would be pretty tight if they took the good picture functionality from Visual Novel Maker and put it on RPG Maker. And the same thing goes for the other way around. Like, Visual Novel Maker, it can have some gameplay like functions and stuff, and you can make puzzles and whatnot, but it's a lot harder, and it doesn't have the ease of use that RPG Maker has. So, like, obviously it would be cool to put both of those engines into one engine and make a much better engine. Ideas for MZ 1.5 perhaps? I don't think they're going to do that video. I really don't know what the fuck they're even going to do. It's hard to tell what GGG is even doing anymore. I can't tell. I don't know. I can't. They're unpredictable. They're so unpredictable. The only thing I can predict about them is that I won't understand the next thing that they're doing. Like, I won't know. Oh, so that's what they did? The only time that I've seen them, like, because even when they took our suggestions that one time, last time, and made an update based on the suggestions we give, I didn't expect that they would actually follow it and do most of the suggestions. So they were unpredictable in that they were actually listening at that time. So, like, here's what my understanding is. It's a new team of younger people who have no fucking idea of what they're doing. And this is my opinion. This is my opinion piece. They have no idea what they're doing. And so they're delegating tasks to somebody who's not doing research. They're not vetting people. And I don't know, man. I think the programmers are not communicating with the other parts of the, like, there's lack of communication. There's some dysfunction. There's a clear and immediate divide in the Japanese to English audience. There's like two different like trains of thought with what is happening. And unfortunately for the USA English speaking side, the people who are actually doing the engine designing are like, they can't even read. Most of them can't even read or understand what the English audience is saying and clamoring for. So it's up to the middleman of the company to put together something cohesive that can be translated to them. So I don't even think they know what they're doing. I think they're trying to repeat the same tasks and expecting exactly the same results, which times change and results are going to vary. And you know, I don't know. I think they may have missed a few marks with the whole MV-MZ thing. I think going from VX Ace to MV was a really giant leap, and they changed everything from using Ruby code, Ruby on Rails, and went straight to, you know, JavaScript and new engine. I'm sure that was all coded in C, C++, but then, you know, it reads and runs scripts of JavaScript. But like, they're obviously, the biggest complaint I've seen is there's not enough difference from MV to MZ. And the biggest stronghold and thing that's holding everyone back is they look and feel and operate too much like the same thing to justify the price difference. They feel and look, and they're just too much like the same thing. And, you know, they are very much the same thing. They have some distinct differences. Mainly that if you want your project to work, if you want a game you're working on to actually run on all the computers in the future, you have to use MZ. You just have to use MZ anymore, because MV is a 32-bit application. I don't know if you know this, but there are lots of limitations with a 32-bit application. And Mac's Big Sur no longer supports OpenGL. That's a massive, massive fucking change. So because of Apple, MV has become obsolete going into the future. Apple itself has made RPG Maker MV nearly obsolete for future-proofing your project. Now, if you're working on a game in MV, don't worry. There'll be a few years. Not everyone's updated to Big Sur, but all the big money, all in the future, you're going to have MZ, a 64-bit operating system that doesn't require OpenGL, you know, to operate properly. Yeah, Matt, you didn't know that? They made a statement. I knew about this a long time ago, but I wasn't really talking about it too much until recently. They made a statement, and they publicly said, look, you know, MV depreciated. We're no longer going to support MV going into the future for Mac issues. If you want your game to run on Mac in the future, you're going to have to use MZ. 64-bit operating, 64-bit application. Did they include any kind of project porting from MV to MZ? There's already project porting tutorials out there. You can convert your MV to MZ project, but it will not be super duper easy. You'll have lots of, you know, testing and plugin issues. And don't be fooled about like, oh, there's some magic plugin that takes old ones and makes it run in MZ, and I've heard those are going around. They don't work a lot of the time. A lot of the time, they just do not work, and it may work for some niche plugins, but it doesn't work on a lot of them. Most of them. Well, you know, what are you going to do? It's not a complete waste of money, because what you learn in MV, you can take to the next engine. MV in a way lasted the least amount of time of the make. It really did, video. It really did. It was a really good engine coming from VX, but that was when Mac, Apple still supported OpenGL and 32-bit applications. They don't anymore. Going forward, you're going to have issues, even playtesting. Say you have a Mac and you're trying to do, you click run playtest, your shit's frozen. It will not even respond. Does this also apply to XP and lower versions or MV? Yeah, it applies to other versions if they use OpenGL. I can't remember if XP uses OpenGL. I don't really think it does though. Payabut Wong. So I think because of a different framework, if it doesn't even use OpenGL, hold on, let me just run a Google. Run the Google. Does Maker XP use OpenGL? OpenGL's been around for a long time. Now there are things that can run. There are like custom things that you can choose. OpenGL 3D API for VX, XP. I don't want to run this other guy's video. That's the only thing I found. Let's look at the system requirements for XP then. NVIDIA GeForce 6100 series, so that's pretty old. Not a lot. Core 2 Duo, you know, that's really old. It should list if it requires. I think the reason why it requires that NVIDIA card is because it needs OpenGL. I don't know, because I haven't tested that yet. I have not tested if XP or even VX Ace will run on Big Sur. I don't actually have a Mac Big Sur. I don't buy Apple products. I don't like the company. So I boycott them by not spending money on Apple. You guys want to know a sad thing though? Apple gets a cut of all super chats. They get like 28 cents or something because they do a transaction. They host one of the servers. All these big companies are in bed with each other. So even though I boycott and don't buy their shit, they still make money on me. Isn't that a weird thing? It's unstoppable. And I'm sure they sell my data in different places that I can't do anything about. A lot of people like Apple though, especially the stockholders. So, whatever. I'm not here to shit talk Apple. I have no problem doing that. You can't really boycott anything these days. Super Smash, are you an Apple guy? Windows is hot garbage. Okay. I complain about Windows 10 all the time. If that's the case, a game like To the Moon that used XP to develop and released on Steam won't be working anymore on Big Sur 11 or later. That's a shame. Super Smash, I hate them both equally. That is a really good stance. I'm gonna have to just say I kind of agree with you. Well, I don't. I hate Apple a lot more than Windows. Microsoft. Anyway, okay, I'm done dicking around with this scene. I believe I have everything in order here. Let me save this and excuse me. Let me just turn this on. Should just update. Yeah, automatic. There it is. And the good thing about the way I did it, instead of just typing in guard plus 10, guard plus 20, I did the database item dot description. And so if I go into the database and change the description, it'll update the text without me having to come in here and change the elements in the future. So that's cool. That'll work for now. Let's see. With my helmet on, it says I have 20 guard. And then if I click on the helmet and I take it off, unequip, because I have 10 guard. And the helmet itself should give plus 10. So putting it on gives me plus 10. And then hovering over it shows the head slot. I'm using an iron helmet and its description down there. So that's, you know, it's coming together. Slowly, slowly, slowly. What I need to do is propagate this scene and literally copy the whole scene and make it for the rest of these armor slots. Alright, what's the next one that I would probably do? Neck, back, less of a big one. Shield, weapon. I think we'll do body armor next. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this whole set and go on 21 Houston. Chest plate. Should I say chest plate? Let's find what it looks like. Yeah, let's do that. I also want to double the chest plates values. Okay. Sure, T3, what's up? Drax says, I heard Apple. Ugh. I think there should be some way in the future to run like... I'm almost positive someone will make like a DOS box. Pia Boot Wong. If... You know how DOS box will let you play old MS-DOS games in a window? I think there's got to be some conversion software in the future. Some genius is going to make a thing that bypasses the need for OpenGL, but it'll be some years before that exists. It took them a long time to do the proper DOS box. How to dance? Yeah, if you want Mac users, I mean, here's how... Video Wizard, like... If you have an old version of Mac, you could still play the MV games. But as time goes on, less people will have older versions of, especially Mac fans, they overpay and they're willing to pay more for the newest shit. So a lot of your Mac users are going to have Big Sur and going forward. And they've depreciated OpenGL and 32-bit application. So it's like it can still run on Mac if they don't have a new Mac. But if they have a new or updated Mac, it's not going to run unless you have MZ. Austin says I was using HUDmaker, but then when I deployed to web, it gets this NW not defined error. Did you, Did you have something in a script call that's looking for NW? I'm not sure. Your case, Austin Kale. It could be just like you need to run an exception that says if NW is does not equal null, does not equal undefined, then do the code you're trying to run. Like sometimes, I don't know how to explain it exactly without showing you some code. Let me just do a new thing here. All right. So like if NW does not equal undefined, then do the thing you want. So right now it probably just has like this. It's like do the thing code. And so it's trying to find a variable that won't exist. But then if you encapsulate in a condition that says, if this is not undefined, do the thing. And then instead of running the code and not finding it, it will bypass this because it's not defined yet. SR Dude is around. He's just kind of like... Last time I talked to him, he said he's working on a super secret project. So, I'm not sure what he's doing. Marcel says, isn't type of NW not equal to undefined? Yeah, you're right. You can do that. But it should still work in a lot of cases just by doing without the type of. But you're probably, yeah, you're definitely right, Arrow. Meanwhile, MV works fine with Windows 11. Yes. As far as we know, they haven't depreciated OpenGL, so good luck installing Windows 11. I heard there's a lot of issues trying to get Windows 11 installed. And it's a lot like Windows 10. Fossil may not work for you. It might work for some plugins, but it's highly unlikely it's going to work for all the plugins you have in your project. You're much better off finding MZ versions instead of trying to run MV ones in MZ. Windows 11 is really just 10.5? Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, the Fossil plugin only converts a few of them. Even though the list looks long, those don't all work. T tried to use a couple just to test them, and they don't work. It claims to work on a lot of plugins, and it doesn't. It works on some. It does, but it doesn't work on most of them. Also, you're kind of bypassing a lot of support if you're using it. Also, the author is kind of an ass. The author of the Fossil plugins, he's an asshole. Like, if you knew somebody needed an update to like their terms of service or something, would you go to them and be like, I'm gonna sue you and you're violating the law and blah blah blah, and just be a big dick and like threatening like he had any say? Or would you be like, hey, you might want to look at this cause reason you don't want to open yourself up? Like, his behavior was just completely out of line. And man, just completely soured my opinion. I wanted to like him so much. He's a douche. What's up, Ghost? I'm good, man. We need to fight the maker of the Fossil plugin. Microsoft doesn't plan to depreciate OpenGL because they're not trying to force their first-party solutions onto people or take over how video card drivers interact with the OS. Exactly. Apple is like, we are in control here. our methods and other methods that work are wrong and no longer are compatible, forcefully giving us, you know, I don't know. Apple's messed up. I agree, Slim. Say less. It would be the most wholesome stream. It would be wholesome if this was the most viewed stream. I don't know how. I'm kind of just talking shit, dicking around, and like barely working on my project a little bit. A walking template compatible with battlers? That'd be cool if you could use the battler to make them like a character sprite, like convert a battler to the character sprite, like an automatic script or something. That'd be pretty sick. Save people time in image editing programs. Oh, okay. So it doesn't like make them character sprites. Instead, it allows you to use the battler animations for cutscenes. Well, that's pretty cool still. For making like sequences. Event sequences. Could be very useful. Whoa. That was a big error. 10, 20, 40, 60, 80. $500? Oh no. Okay. Alright, that'll work. Let's save that. I know, it was so hot yesterday even. I have 3 air conditioners in the house. and I have them all cranked up, and it still got to 81 degrees in the house. I'm like, how does it get so hot? It feels slightly warm but manageable right now, and I have the door closed and the AC cranked to max. So like I'm okay right now. I feel all right. But I'm in a smaller room with an AC, one of its own window units in it, and it's still just like barely okay. It's very global warming in New York right now. You had an 11-year hiatus? Bruh. Thanks for watching, Austin. Appreciate it. Welcome back, anyway. I'm glad to see more people come back. Hopefully you're able to make something cool and improve your skills and move on, you know? Alright, what are we looking like here? I have to add the chest slot next, okay? And we'll have to restart this because there was a database change, which there'll need to be more as well. This will stay the same. This is for equip head slot. So let's change this. Copy, paste this, equip body slot, and we're gonna make a new scene, and we're gonna call the scene equip body slot. Kind of think I should copy paste the entire scene and just change stuff. Because it's kind of, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's save, reload, save. Right-click this. Let's copy the HUD and straight up paste it. It gave me a ... Oh, no. Oh, no. Equip body slot. Confirm. Yes. Oh, okay, good. I actually have to pee. I'll be right back. Wait, I see that Waffles with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Waffles. I don't know what this is. Mrs. Waffles saw your title and got scared you guys were quitting, so she clicked the video. We're fine, we're fine. T's taking a nap. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Working on my project, essentially, and talking shit about people. A little bit of that. And, yeah, we'll be more of that. I'll be right back. I'm back. Thank you for that $5 super chat, Waffles. Appreciate that. Vino coming in with another $5 super chat. You guys are too generous. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Vino drops another $5. He says, "Hi, Mrs. Waffles. Make sure to give Mr. Waffles a hard time for absolutely no reason for something completely absurd later on." And you wonder why he comes at you, Vino. You wonder why. Thank you guys for supporting. Appreciate that. What's up, Virus Chris? How you doing? So your custom menu is made by Common Events? Awesome. It's a combination of Common Events that controls, you know, plug-in commands, variables, and switches, and parallel processes, but also using the HUD maker to display the data in a way that looks halfway decent, I hope. Yeah, so it's a combination of mostly Common Events and HUD maker. What's up, Diev? How you doing? You guys are getting tropical weather? Man. I know some places are getting flooded and other places are burning down. And the climate's all in a whack and it doesn't know up from down anymore. We've already passed a tipping point and we're aiming for the next tipping point. It's crazy, man. We need to get the carbon emissions out of the air. It's just too much. It's messing everything up. Gotta invest in clean energy stocks, man. It's hot and humid here too, Di. F's in the chat for Louise. Yeah. All right. Equipped body slot. Now we need to go into this scene, let it load, save, and start modifying all of the things. That could stay the same. This needs to be changed. $17.47. Excuse me. When you click on it, it equips iron helmet? Hold on. I think I have to make a modification in here. Right, I need to do, I'm still working on helmets actually, not done with this. Copy this, paste this in here for the next one. Dark steel. Try to eat more paper straws. Exactly. I don't think that really changes much, Boca. The biggest thing are like, there's like 6 or 7 companies that are doing like the majority of the world's emission. You just gotta, the whole paper straw is just to distract you. The problem is, I mean, the vehicles on the road are a big contributor, but it's like 6 or 7 companies just putting out insane amounts of carbon emissions. But they can't, those companies can't just stop, because then the world stops moving as well. They're like so deeply integrated. They need to be transitioned, and that comes through taxing carbon emissions, I think. Just, you know, pocketbook. You have to hit them in the pocketbook. If you want things to change, you have to change the way the money flows. If you don't change the way the money flows, things don't change. And so, yeah, it's true. Money makes the world go around. And if you don't, then greed and self-interest will destroy everything. Everything. I mean, look at EA. You can almost always go back and say, well, look at EA. Right. Oh, this is going to be so much work. Okay, I have to get all the icons again. Icon for the dark steel helmet. $17.34. Sears. Copy. Paste. I need the icon for the next one. Trionese 1740. Oh, shit. Trionese 1742. Every single equipable is going to have so many things going to make it work right. That's the nature of making custom things. When you want them to be a custom menu, you got to design every single element. And I do regret using weird names because they're harder to remember. But I'm too integrated and ingrained already now to make that difference, changing, going back and stuff retroactively. 1736. I don't want to lose the fall. It's a lovely season. No, we're going to have 2 summers now, moving forward. You have spring, summer, summer, winter. That's true, Vino, but it's not good for plant life if we keep killing all the plants. You have like a cascading failure type of thing going on. Hmm. 1737. It's not too much. Not too bad once you get into the flow. It's easy to make mistakes though. And then not catch them for like a year. So you get a bug report. Every time I get an Aegis helmet, it adds to my Zebrium helmets. Like, yeah, it's just a bug I made a year ago while I was streaming the development of the project. $1741. $1739. Okay. Okay. Those are all good. Let me save this and go back to HUDmaker to cancel. Save, refresh, to go to equip head. Sorry, excuse me. So the iron one is set properly, but then we go to dark steel, icon, edit. We have to change the common event. Wait, what? On click, call common event. All right, I got it. Another $5 super chat from Waffles. Thank you, Big Daddy Waffles. Appreciate that. And Mrs. Waffles. Love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. Summary of what's going on, please. New game creation? What happened with the online game you were creating? Will we ever get Half-Life 3? Any new stuff? Didn't Half-Life 3 come out? Didn't they make Half-Life 3? I think they made Half-Life 3. Waffles. Oh my bro. Oh my bro. Oh, they made Half-Life 2, Episode 3. Bruh. Why you blue balling me? Rumors, hoaxes. Whatever happened? Is it confirmed? 14 years later, they're talking about it again. Valve is talking about it again. There's talks of it, Waffles. VR Alex. Yeah, the Alexa version. There you go. They made a Half-Life 3, kind of. I'm working on an idle RPG called Ronin Idle, and it's like a clicker game. And it's a background program. Basically, you do something and you go watch your movie, or you come back and you do something else, and there'll be some active play, but it's a lot of passive play. It's called an idle game. I don't know if you've played idle games before. There's a lot of idle games on mobile. They have an audience. It's semi-popular. I think it'll be. After doing a little bit of research, I went with this style because I think I can sell it and make a little money. So for financial reasons, I'm making this. It's not going to look like any other RPG Maker games you've seen. I'm just using RPG Maker and HUD Maker to make it work, but it's just an idle RPG. It's a game you play by not really playing. That's right, Wrath of Wood. You click a few buttons and you let the bars fill up and you go watch Netflix. And then when you come back, it's like you've made progress. Yes, indeed. And then you click a few more buttons and put your guy in line and you go little birdie, train your whatever skill. And then you go work on your project for a few hours. And then you come back and you're like, my guy is this much stronger. Imagine RuneScape without any graphics at all, except the bars. That's it. It's RuneScape with no graphics. Just watching bars fill up. Idly. IDLE, not idle. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm working on. I don't know how exciting it is, but it's more of a backdrop. We do kind of just have conversations here, and I answer questions. And I just need to get it done. So, like, I'm using this opportunity to force myself to make progress. It's kind of painstakingly so. But, yeah. Only have so much time on the planet, and like I want to leave something for Lily. So I'm gonna throw the dice, you know what I mean? I want to get something finished and submit something and see what the world thinks of it, and there's a chance there'll be a little return. And then if it's good, I can try again. I can do it again, and even if it's not good, I might try again anyway over the next however long I have, and maybe there'll be enough to buy my daughter a house or something, or myself, and then it'll go to my daughter. That's the idea if we want to get 100% real right now. But it's so hard. It's so much work. Half of it is really fun and exciting, And the other half of it is just like, let's copy paste and do it here, copy paste, do this again, copy paste. I already did it, I already designed it, now I have to make it be the same way over in all these things. So, you know, it's half fun, half monotonous flipping burgers type of thing. You're already a legend, bro. No worries. Yeah, but being a legend alone is not going to buy 10 acres and a house for my daughter. I have to execute. And if I don't, I have nobody to blame but myself. There's no excuses. If I don't get it done, it's my own fault. And so, I must make steps to make it properly. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to test if I did this proper and did it right. So I'm going to restart this application, save this, yes, reload, save it. And I need to award myself like some helmets. So temporarily, we're going to be getting helmets. Copy, paste, 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 paste. All right, let's get 2 of all these helmets. 2 dark steels. 2 of these. We have to test everything. If you don't, you only you only frustrate future you. Be nice to future you by playtesting your game properly. Don't put that stress on future you. Exactly, Polka. I need to make an RPG Maker game that Elon Musk's robots can truly appreciate and enjoy. For the future of robot mankind. Cyborg kind. Oh, when is the surgery coming up, Waffles? Yeah, man. You have the cast off already, don't you? Did you have any lunch? Have some lunch and then you can have some cookies. Just something. Something substantial, not cookies. All right, let's play test. Helmets. Equipped to a helmet. Equipped to a helmet. Oh, look at that. That's sick. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. It does the addition properly. It removes the items and adds them back all properly. Okay. Iron helmet, we've tested, it works. Let's put on dark steel. It should give me 20 guard. And I have 10 from default, so that should be 30. Hey, boy. Helmet, change it to this one. Boom. 40 guard. Change my helmet to this one. 50. Change my helmet to this one. 60. Change my helmet to that one. 70. Change my helmet to that one. 80. And I know they all work like on the text box because it pulls like the description itself. The item's description itself. So like it shows 60 guard because that one's the description. And I go here, this shows the description of what's in that slot. Like, hell yeah, man. I love it when I like do a bunch of changes, add new events, and type in code, and then like you play test it the first time, and this doesn't happen most of the time, but then everything just works. Everything just works. That is the coolest feeling. Maybe not the coolest, but it's a cool feeling when you just put the elements on the screen, write the code, and then you test it, and bam, it just fucking works. All we have to do is add sound effects to this little thing, some particles on hover, a little more polish, and then like that's the format. That's how it works. And then let's try unequip. Take it off. Back to 10. Nothing there. Like a boss. All right, let's propagate the system and do that for the chest's armor slots. I'm gonna future paste this stuff in here. I wrote a letter to my future self. It just says, I am friends with Colleen over and over. I don't understand. Unless your name is Colleen Super Smash. I don't think it is, though. And then you can be like, it's an acceptance letter. Because, you know, until you love yourself, you can't love anyone or anything, really. So you have to be willing to love yourself. Oh, we just got deep. Silent Hill 2 joke. Yeah, I knew it wasn't that deep. I actually saw, I think, Scary Game Squad play Silent Hill 2. Like, I started watching it, and I'm like, why am I watching this? I don't know why. And I only watched a few minutes of it, but I used to like to watch Scary Game Squad. Jesse Cox and... what was it? The Completionist and some other YouTubers. I don't really watch them anymore, but I still appreciate what they do. I used to watch a lot of YouTube. I still watch a lot of YouTube. Just not as much. Anyway, moving on. I suppose I could just propagate the body slot. Let's paste that down here. I'll leave that blank for now. We'll come back to that. Copy this, paste this here. Copy these, paste that here. Make these for chest. Huh. I need to change the naming convention. What about EQP? Equip helmet, dark steel. That works. I can get rid of the space too. I mean, it's just a shorter convention so that I can see later on when I'm trying to find it. I'm being nice to my future self. That's something that seemed to be going over quite a bit. Why try to do the best quality you can for things? To be nice to your future self. Let's do body. It's one letter less. I suppose when it doesn't matter, I can exclude a space, but then I break a convention. OCD strikes again. I mean, OCD can be so bad that it debilitates and stops you from actually doing anything. Some people have it really bad. I have a very mild case. Like, I don't have to... Okay, I wash my hands a lot, but it's not like 30 times a day that I have to... Oh, I touched something. Oh, I have to go wash my hands. I mean, if I do touch something sticky, I have to wash my hands. Or if I, like, eat chips, I have to go wash my hands. But, like... if I shake somebody's hand, definitely have to wash my hands up. I guess there's levels to it. Some people have it worse. Oh, shoot. I do see another issue. Okay. Future self, have you learned making games in 3D yet? The most I did was try to make a prefab model that I got on Unity run, and I did make him run. At least that's what I was trying to convince myself he was doing. He was kind of having spasms as he was sliding across the X and Y axes. Yeah. I forgot what it was called, but it was like rigging or something. Animation rigging. I liked playing around with the particle engine in Unity. I was messing with that 3D thing. I generated a bunch of random terrain. I learned a little bit of C# in the whole process, but like, I didn't really do much 3D, to be honest. I like 2D. I don't really feel the need for developing anything in 3D, to be honest. Not saying I never will or can predict how I'm going to feel in the future. But... Okay, do I have a variable for a head slot icon? That's 200 something. Equipment, that's all the same. Okay, so I need body slot icon. I'm gonna need body slot name. Body slot description. Apply. So body slot icon will be set to the value of the icon number. That is the iron chest plate, which is 1747. honestly. As much as it bothers me to do this, it's easier to use this template than the head ones at this point. This is so annoying. But it is the way 'tis. Copy this, paste this, go here. Copy this, paste this, delete this, go here, change this just by sliding it down. Bang. And then here, sliding it down. Like, it's just better for the copy pasting. I do have to look at the icon for the dark steel chest plate. 1750. Like, I don't expect anyone to follow what the fuck I'm doing, because it's just, you know, arbitrary and convoluted and complex, and like, I have my own systems, and there's no use me trying to explain it, nor is there a use you trying to follow along with what I'm doing. So I apologize if that's just, you know, I'm just working on my game, and hopefully you're not too worried about what I'm doing. More or less just working on your project in the background is probably the best thing for this type of stream. So maybe just seeing somebody else slog through a bunch of work can give you, I don't know, motivation to do the same thing on your project. I mean, that's the most I could hope for, really. Just to motivate somebody to work on their game, and maybe eventually at some point they make money and sell it and could possibly change their life. It's possible. What's up, Jamie Cassidy? How you doing? 3D is overrated, says Brian Perez. 4D. I had some time to play yesterday, so I should play it then. You doing some drawing, Mo? That's tight. Doing some housework, Brian? Ugh. That's terrible. But it has to get done. I'd rather be copy pasting in a project, but I still have to do that as well. When you have a 2-year-old, housework is just an everyday necessity, requirement. And within an hour, it looks like a tornado went through the living room. She's got so many toys and it's just everywhere. But she has fun making a mess, and she has fun helping me clean up too. It's kind of strange. She's very tidy. Like, of course, she makes a huge mess, but then when it's time to clean up and pick up the mess, she loves to help. She loves to help me clean up. It's so cute. We bought her like this little broom and dustpan, like kids broom, kids dustpan, and a mop, and like a bunch of like cleaning stuff, because after dinner she always sees me and T cleaning up the table and the floor and sweeping, and so she wants to. At first she demanded that she do the sweeping with the big broom, and we're like, okay. We let her a couple times. We're like, you know what? It takes a lot longer this way. Let's buy her her own little broom, and then we can sweep together. And that helps a lot. Okay, moving on. What was the next thing? Icon. 1752. Most of this is kind of mindless. I can mindlessly do this. But then I have to go look at a number, retrieve the data, and input the data, and that's what slows everything down. But it's a level of polish, right? I could not show an icon, but that would be so boring. That'd be so boring if you get it and it doesn't show the icon. You know, you want that level of... You want that level of detail. The polish comes at a cost, for sure. Takes a premium of the time. One more. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Delete. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and save that. There's another jam around the corner. There's always another jam around the corner. That's true, Jamie. It's nice to see people work in the engine, especially when they're doing things differently than you. Never be afraid to learn something you already know, because there's a chance that you'll learn another way to do what you think you already know. Or maybe you'll improve your knowledge on the subject in a way that you didn't anticipate. Okay. We've done the common events, the database. Now we have to make the GUI for the body armors. Luckily, we've copy-pasted head slots to be body slots, and now we have to go through and modify, which will be faster than just completely doing it from scratch. Also, you have a uniformity. I think that's a good method. So let's change this. Body icon. I think I should go methodically. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3 in order so I don't get myself confused. On one hand, I need to have the numbers. Gotta have the numbers. 1747. And then I go to this one. It's like right here, I think. It looks blank because I didn't hit save, reload, save. But if I look at it again, it will show it. Equip body slot. That's not the right one. Equip body iron. I also see a problem in common events. I can fix it. Name a convention issue. Equip helmet. There we go. Sometimes you gotta narrow your scope, Jamie, so yeah. Much better if you're trying to finish a project, you have to be willing to sacrifice some of your initial ideas to make them achievable. There's also the Ludum Dares. That one's big, man. Ludum Dare is a massive game jam. I think it's yearly. Isn't the Ludum Dare year? Or is it like every 6 months or something? I've never participated. To be honest, I've been quite intimidated by the Ludum Dare. It's like too many people, such a big expectation. But I think it's awesome, definitely. Being able to grow a game jam community scene into something as big as Ludum Dare, it's kind of inspiring. It's pretty cool. 1758. I suppose I should have did code here. Should have done. Instead of just typing the name of the item. I could have done data items, whatever the number it is, dot name. That way if I change it in the database, I don't have to go back through the elements. That being said, I don't plan to change the names, so I think it'll be fine. But going forward, I would definitely just point at the name of the index instead of manually typing the text. I don't know, it's still early. Should I retroactively go back and point at data Armors.name. Oh, I always get these conundrums. Like, it's gonna just read. This is OCD, actually. This is another fucking OCD thing. I kind of want to, though. I'm fine. I'm gonna go with the names. How was your nappy?
It was wonderful.
Oh my goodness. A wild tea has joined the chat.
I had to become unconscious. I just couldn't live anymore.
Well, 2.5 hours sleep is not a lot.
About 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. It's not a lot.
My brain decided this morning that it wanted to be up much earlier than it was supposed to.
Uh-huh. And we have a wild lily as well. Hi, sweetie. There's my girl. Guys, that's going to be the end of today's live stream. I was going to stream until she got up.
And I'm up.
And she's up. And we streamed for like 2 hours, so that's cool.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for coming to the live stream. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate it if you join us on Discord. Links in the description below. We have a Patreon if you want to support us. Thank you so much to Waffles and Vino and everybody for the super chats. Appreciate that. Drag says, long stream today. Very nice to see you making progress in your game. It is nice to make progress in the game. I did hit a wall where I'm like, oh, I should go back and just reference dataarmors.name. And I think I'm going to do that, actually. It's going to have to redo some work. But that's fine. That's it. Love you guys very much. We'll see you guys the next time. Stay tuned on the Discord to know when that's going to happen. It'll probably be around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. And that's it. We'll see you guys when we see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Did she say bye?
Mm-hmm.